The topic is kill limiting beliefs. That's what today's all about. These invisible chains, those stories you've been telling yourself about what you can't do, what's not possible for you, why life isn't turning out the way you want it to today. And let me tell you something. Those beliefs, they're not real. They're illusions you picked up along the way, and they've been running the show for far too long. This isn't going to be just another motivational talk. This is a wake-up call. This is about shifting the way you think, rewiring your beliefs, and stepping into the kind of action that changes your entire reality. If you're ready to stop waiting and start owning your life, then stick with me, because today we're not just unlocking the secret power of your mind, we're unleashing the unstoppable force that is you. Let's dive in. Your mind is not just a passive observer of the world around you, it is the ultimate creator of your reality. Everything you experience, from your successes to your struggles, starts with the way you think. The way you interpret events, the meaning you assign to them, and the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world dictate the trajectory of your life. If you've ever found yourself feeling stuck, defeated, or unable to move forward, the first place to look is not outside of yourself, but within your own mind. Every day, your thoughts create the lens through which you see the world. That lens can either empower you to see opportunities or trap you in a cycle of fear and limitation. For example, imagine two people facing the same challenge. One sees it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other sees it as an exciting opportunity for growth. The difference? Their mindset. The person who views the challenge as an opportunity is far more likely to succeed, because their thoughts have set them on a path of action, creativity, and resilience. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that your mind doesn't differentiate between reality and what you vividly imagine. If you constantly replay failures or negative outcomes in your mind, your brain begins to treat those scenarios as real. This mental rehearsal can lead to fear, hesitation, and procrastination. But the reverse is also true. When you imagine yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and thriving, your brain starts to accept those possibilities as achievable. It primes you to take the actions necessary to make them a reality. This is why it's so important to guard the content you allow into your mind. Your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, all of these things influence your thoughts and ultimately the reality you create. If you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, or pessimism, those forces will seep into your mind and limit your potential. But when you consciously choose to expose yourself to positivity, inspiration, and empowering ideas, you give your mind the tools it needs to create a better reality. For example, if you believe that success is only for people with certain talents or resources, that belief will prevent you from taking the actions necessary to succeed. But if you replace that belief with the understanding that success is available to anyone willing to work for it, you open yourself up to new possibilities. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort and intentionality, but with practice, you can retrain your mind to support your goals rather than sabotage them. Reprogramming your mind also involves recognizing that many of your current beliefs are not facts, they're interpretations. You've likely taken past experiences and assigned them meanings that shape your current beliefs. For example, if you tried something once and failed, you may have interpreted that failure as proof that you're not good enough. But failure is not a permanent state. It's simply feedback. By reinterpreting your past experiences through a lens of growth and learning, you can transform the way you see yourself and your potential. The journey to reprogramming your mind is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Each step you take toward transforming your beliefs brings you closer to the life you truly desire. The process requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to let go of old patterns that no longer serve you. But as you take control of your inner world, you'll find that your outer world begins to transform as well. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you can use to unlock the hidden potential of your mind. The human brain has an incredible ability to create, imagine, and simulate scenarios, and this ability can be harnessed to shape your reality. The key lies in understanding that your brain doesn't know the difference between vividly imagined experiences and those that are real. When you visualize something with intensity and clarity, your brain processes it as if it's already happening, triggering the same neurological responses as actual experiences. Think about athletes who visualize themselves performing at their best before a big event. They don't just imagine crossing the finish line or scoring the winning point. They engage all their senses. They feel the weight of their gear, hear the roar of the crowd, and sense the adrenaline coursing through their veins. This kind of mental rehearsal not only prepares their minds, but also primes their bodies for peak performance. The same principle applies to every area of life. When you visualize success in vivid detail, you condition your mind to expect and pursue that success. When you use visualization effectively, you create a mental blueprint for success. This blueprint acts as a guide, helping you navigate challenges and stay focused on your goals. Without a clear mental image of what you want to achieve, it's easy to get lost in distractions or give up when obstacles arise. But when you hold a vivid picture of your desired outcome in your mind, it becomes a powerful motivator, pulling you toward action and resilience. One common misconception about visualization is that it's a passive activity, something you do while sitting quietly with your eyes closed. In reality, visualization is an active and dynamic process that you can incorporate into your daily life. For example, you can use visualization during your morning routine to set the tone for your day, imagining yourself tackling tasks with energy and focus. You can also use it before important events or decisions, picturing yourself performing with confidence and clarity. The way you talk to yourself, known as your inner dialogue, is especially critical. Many people are harsh and critical in their self-talk, saying things to themselves that they would never say to a friend. This kind of negative self-talk can create a toxic mental environment, making it harder to stay motivated and confident. By replacing negative self-talk with positive, affirming statements, you can rewire your brain to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Empowering language doesn't just apply to your inner dialogue, it also affects how you communicate with others. The words you use in conversations can shape your relationships, influence how others perceive you, and even impact your opportunities. When you speak with confidence, clarity, and positivity, you attract people and opportunities that align with your goals. On the other hand, negative or vague language can create confusion and push people away. In addition to choosing empowering words, it's important to pay attention to the tone and intention behind your language. Even the most positive words can lose their impact if they're delivered with doubt or hesitation. When you speak, do so with conviction and authenticity. Your tone and energy will amplify the message you're sending both to yourself and to others. This alignment between your words and your energy creates a sense of certainty that is both inspiring and magnetic. Mastering your emotional state is one of the most powerful skills you can develop because your state determines how you think, feel, and act at any given moment. Your emotional state isn't just something that happens to you, it's something you have control over, a tool you can use to shape your decisions, actions, and outcomes. Think about the moments in your life when you've been in a peak emotional state, confident, energized, and focused. In those moments, challenges felt smaller, opportunities seemed clearer, and you performed at your best. Now think about the times when you've been in a disempowered state, doubtful, frustrated, or overwhelmed. In those moments, even the simplest tasks felt difficult, and solutions seemed out of reach. The difference between these two scenarios isn't the external circumstances, it's the emotional state you were in. Your focus is another powerful determinant of your emotional state. Whatever you consistently focus on, you feel. If you focus on problems, your mind will find more problems to dwell on, and you'll feel stressed or overwhelmed. But if you focus on solutions, your brain will go to work finding answers, and you'll feel empowered and resourceful. The same principle applies to the meaning you assign to events. Two people can experience the same situation and feel completely different emotions, depending on what they choose to focus on. For example, if you lose a job, you can focus on the loss and feel defeated, or you can focus on the opportunity to find something better and feel motivated to take action. By consciously directing your focus, you can take charge of your emotional state and respond to life's challenges with resilience and clarity. One of the most effective ways to master your state is to develop rituals and habits that support emotional resilience. For example, starting your day with a morning routine that includes movement, gratitude, and visualization can set a powerful emotional tone for the hours ahead. Regular exercise is another proven way to boost your mood and energy levels. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood enhancers, and it also helps reduce stress and increase mental clarity. Practicing gratitude is another simple but effective way to elevate your state. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention away from problems and toward the abundance in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means approaching them from a place of strength and positivity. Mastering your emotional state also involves recognizing and interrupting negative patterns before they take hold. Everyone has moments when they feel stressed, frustrated, or overwhelmed, but those emotions don't have to control you. When you notice yourself slipping into a negative state, take immediate action to change your physiology, focus, or language. Stand up, move around, take deep breaths, and shift your focus to something positive or empowering. Even a small change can have a big impact on how you feel. Taking control of your state also means becoming aware of the patterns and triggers that influence your emotions. Many people go through life reacting automatically to external events without realizing they have the power to choose their responses. By identifying the situations, people, or thoughts that trigger negative states, you can develop strategies to manage those triggers effectively. This might involve setting boundaries, reframing your perspective, or practicing mindfulness to stay present and focused. The process of mastering your state is ongoing, but every small step you take has a cumulative effect. Each time you consciously shift your state, you strengthen your ability to do so in the future. Over time, you'll find it easier to access empowering states and harder to get stuck in disempowering ones. Breaking free from self-imposed limits begins with recognizing that many of the barriers you face are not external, but internal. These limits are often the result of beliefs, habits, and fears that you've developed over time. The first step in overcoming them is identifying the beliefs that are holding you back. Ask yourself, what do I believe is possible for me? Many of us hold on to limiting beliefs about our potential, whether it's fear of failure, imposter syndrome, or the belief that success is reserved for others. These beliefs can prevent you from taking action or trying new things. But the truth is that these limits are not real, they are simply mental constructs. Once you recognize that these limits are self-imposed, you can begin to challenge and replace them with empowering beliefs that open up new possibilities. Anchoring positive emotions is one of the most effective techniques for shifting your state and staying focused on success. An anchor is a stimulus that triggers a specific emotional response, such as a gesture, word, or even a piece of music. By associating a powerful emotion with an anchor, you can access that state whenever you need it. To create an anchor, recall a moment when you felt confident, energized, or at your best. As you experience that emotion, add a physical action like clenching your fist or tapping your fingers. After you repeat this process several times, and over time, your body will automatically associate that physical action with the positive emotion. This allows you to shift your emotional state on demand, helping you stay focused, motivated, and resilient in the face of challenges. The quality of your decisions shapes the quality of your life. Every day, you are faced with choices that influence the direction of your journey. It's easy to get caught up in the routine of making reactive decisions based on fear, comfort, or habit, but those decisions often limit your potential. The most successful people don't just make decisions, they make powerful decisions, consciously and with intention. They understand that every choice, no matter how small, impacts the trajectory of their lives. When you make decisions from a place of empowerment, clarity, and purpose, you set yourself on a path to greater success. It's about recognizing that you are in control of your choices. And with that control comes the power to shape your future. B is not just to focus on the immediate outcome of each decision, but to consider how it aligns with your long-term goals. When you make decisions based on your vision, values, and aspirations, you create momentum toward the life you truly want. Commitment is the foundation of any lasting success. Without commitment, even the best plans and intentions are meaningless. True commitment requires a deep sense of responsibility and determination. It's the decision to take action no matter the obstacles or setbacks. When you commit to something, you align your thoughts, energy, and actions toward that goal. Commitment gives you the strength to push through challenges, to remain consistent even when the results aren't immediate, and to persevere when others might give up. It's easy to start something with enthusiasm, but true commitment is tested in times of difficulty and uncertainty. When you commit fully, you don't just focus on the goal, but embrace the process, knowing that the journey itself will build the resilience, skills, and mindset needed to succeed. Commitment doesn't just fuel your drive, it transforms you into someone who doesn't back down, someone who turns vision into reality. Mastering the ability to take massive, consistent action is one of the most critical components of success. Many people get caught in the trap of thinking, planning, or waiting for the right moment, but the truth is that action is the bridge between your dreams and reality. How long are you waiting for the right moment? How long are you waiting for the right? The most successful individuals are those who are not afraid to take bold steps, make mistakes, and adjust their course along the way. It's easy to get paralyzed by fear, perfectionism, or self-doubt, but the only way to truly make progress is through action. The key to taking massive action is to start before you feel completely ready, knowing that the initial steps don't have to be perfect, they just need to be taken. The more you act, the more you learn, and the more momentum you build toward your desired outcome. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to take massive action is the fear of failure. Failure is often seen as a negative outcome to be avoided, but in reality, failure is one of the greatest tools for growth. Every failure is simply feedback, information that shows you what didn't work so you can adjust and improve. When you see failure as a necessary part of the learning process, it takes away the fear and allows you to embrace action with greater confidence. Massive action requires courage, but it's also about developing the resilience to keep moving forward when things don't go according to plan. Now, it's about pushing through discomfort, embracing the uncertainty of the journey, and having the faith that action will lead to progress. Here's your text with line breaks for clarity. It's essential to recognize that massive action is not always about working harder. It's about working smarter. While putting in the effort is important, you also need to make sure that your actions are aligned with your goals and values. This means being intentional about how you spend your time and energy, making sure that each action you take is moving you closer to the life you want. It's easy to get caught up in busy work, filling your day with tasks that don't contribute to your larger vision. But taking massive action means prioritizing what truly matters, focusing on high-impact activities that will move you closer to your goal. This involves being disciplined with your time, saying no to distractions, and ensuring that every decision you make is in alignment with your purpose. Building a strong support system is another key to taking consistent action. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage and support your goals helps to keep you motivated and accountable. It's easy to lose momentum when you're working alone, but when you have a team or community that believes in you and holds you accountable, it becomes easier to keep taking action, even on the days when your motivation wanes. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a group of like-minded individuals, having people to lean on for guidance and support can make all the difference in staying on track and pushing through the inevitable obstacles. Here's your text with line breaks for better structure and readability. Time management is also an essential component of taking massive action. While you may have big dreams and aspirations, it's important to recognize that time is a limited resource. How you manage your time directly impacts your ability to take consistent, massive action. Effective time management isn't just about organizing your day, it's about making conscious choices about how you spend your time. Prioritize the activities that will bring you closer to your goals and eliminate or delegate tasks that don't serve your vision. Time blocking, setting specific goals for each day, and eliminating distractions are all strategies that can help you stay on track and consistently take action. Effective time management also means being mindful of burnout. Taking massive action doesn't mean working nonstop without rest. It's about finding a balance between intense focus and rest to recharge your energy and maintain long-term productivity. Time management is also an essential component of taking massive action. While you may have big dreams and aspirations, it's important to recognize that time is a limited resource. How you manage your time directly impacts your ability to take consistent, massive action. Effective time management isn't just about organizing your day, it's about making conscious choices about how you spend your time. Prioritize the activities that will bring you closer to your goals and eliminate or delegate tasks that don't serve your vision. Time blowing, setting specific goals for each day, and eliminating distractions are all strategies that can help you stay on track and consistently take action. Effective time management also means being mindful of burnout. Taking massive action doesn't mean working nonstop without rest. It's about finding a balance between intense focus and rest to recharge your energy and maintain long-term productivity. Taking massive action is not about achieving instant success or perfection. It's about making a commitment to continuous progress and improvement. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you want to become and the life you want to create. It's about showing up every day, staying focused, and taking the next step, no matter how challenging it may seem. Consistency is the key to achieving extraordinary results. When you take consistent action, you create momentum that propels you forward, no matter the obstacles you encounter. Remember, success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from taking action, learning from your experiences, and continuing to move forward with determination and purpose. In conclusion, unlocking the secret power of your mind is a journey of self-awareness, belief, and action. By mastering your emotional state, making powerful decisions, and committing to consistent, massive action, you can break free from limitations and build the life you've always dreamed of. The path to success is not without its challenges, but by taking responsibility for your mindset and your actions, you can transform your obstacles into stepping stones. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goals. Your power lies within, and it's waiting to be unleashed through the decisions you make and the actions you take. Embrace the process, stay committed, and trust that you have the ability to create extraordinary results. Thank you for joining me today on this empowering journey. If you want more motivational content to fuel your growth, be sure to subscribe to Motivate Track for more life-changing videos. Keep pushing forward and unlocking your true potential. Until next time, keep believing, keep acting, and keep growing.